Hey YouTube, man, another hot day. Man, for this is supposed to be fall, we sure having some pretty doggone hot days. Y'all can see it in my face, like, man. But this video, like I just said, I want it to be about do not take trucking for granted. Because, wait a minute, let me hook my mic up so I ain't got to scream.
All right, I am back. Man, I need to do my nails, so I'm about to do this and talk to y'all at the same time. This is like nail polish remover. You know, I need to do these joints. But like I was saying, you know, don't take trucking for granted, because you can get so much into a routine that you can really take trucking for granted. And to me, I feel like that's a natural way of being sometimes, because it's not even just taking trucking for granted. When nothing bad happens to you in your life, when you're so used to a certain thing in your life going the same way every day, every time you turn around, you can take it for granted to where you don't think that shit stink, or you don't think that nothing can happen to you. And the reason why that this video came up is because, you know, I'm really touched by Kamisha's death with, you know, her, you know, passing away at that New Orleans truck stop. And it really made me think, because, you know, obviously that can be anybody, you know. I don't think it necessarily has anything to do with the fact that she was a female, because I feel like whether you a male or female, you know, your life is at risk when you're going from state to state, truck stop to truck stop, even if you're just a newbie, whether you a male or female. So as you get years into trucking, you know, you get comfortable to where you probably don't put as much effort into truck stops you might pick, or you probably don't put as much effort into driving, or you probably don't really put as much effort into merging lanes. You probably don't put as much effort into when you make your turns, because you do this day in and day out, to where you just, it's really like an automatic thing, to where your mind gets programmed into the trucking lifestyle. Like, I feel like trucking is not a job. Trucking is your lifestyle, because even when you're not trucking and you say, let's just say you on home time, right? And you're not trucking, really you're still trucking even when you on home time, because a lot of the ways that you would act out here on the road, just like the military, like sometimes people, they'll get out of the military, like say they're a veteran and they got, you know, discharged, or they got honorably discharged, but even though they out, in their head they still treat their life as if they're in. They talk about it nonstop. That's all they talk about is the military. Or they still got the military mentality of, let me watch my surroundings, or anything can trigger them to go off to where they could possibly kill somebody, because they've been doing the military for so long that their brain is hardwired to be a military person. That's the same thing with a trucker. Depending on how much time you got into trucking, you get programmed. So even if you stop trucking, you still got some trucking ways to where, you know, you still act that way even when you're not trucking. So don't let the program as a truck driver program you to forget to take precautions with your pre-trip. Don't let trucking make you forget to, you know, really pay attention to your mirrors when you merging. Don't let trucking make you take for granted, you know, what truck stops you park at. Or don't let trucking make you take for granted that you could be like Kamisha and be dead if you make a wrong decision or a wrong move to hang with the wrong other trucker, or not to put that seatbelt around your door, you know, to keep safety, especially with Freightliners, or anything. Like, there's any given thing that because you took it for granted, that can be your last day here, or that can be your injury, or that can be an injury of somebody else, or it can just be really tragic. So all I gotta say is be aware, because sometimes when we go into that mentality of being programmed into what we're used to, you know, we don't put much effort into thinking. It's just like a subconscious thing. Like, you have a conscious and a subconscious. Like, consciously right now I'm talking to you, so I might forget half the stuff I said, But subconsciously, my beliefs, my morals, my values, that comes out in me as my personality. So I feel like anything you do and you do it long enough, it's going to get embedded into your subconscious to where sometimes you can go into autopilot to where you just do it and don't even pay attention that you're doing it. So I just really want to say is to, go into that and still do your job like you was, especially if you're really good at it, but put more effort into the awareness of, damn, let me really make sure that I'm not taking trucking for granted because I feel like I got this, I feel like I'm the super trucker, or I feel like I don't have to really think extra into it because I know everything. No, like I said, you learn something new every day out here, whether it's for safety, whether it's for career advancements, whether it's for anything. So just really be aware, be fully aware, and don't take for granted your safety, or don't take for granted that things can happen as far as driving, as far as just being like sitting still somewhere or anything. Even if you're not in your truck, take it for granted that maybe you're used to parking somewhere all the time and you feel like your truck is safe there. Like me, when my truck got towed, that tow video I did, I've been parking there for a couple times before it finally got towed. So I guess to say I took for granted that I didn't think so when I went back, my truck got towed. So that's what I'm saying. A lot of times, part of not taking something for granted is doing your research, having an open mind, being open to learning new things, or maybe learning to do something just differently. Because sometimes, doing stuff the same way is not always good. You want to leave room to try to expand and try to do things, to elevate your level in life or just in trucking in general. So I hope I wasn't all over the place, because I kind of feel like I was, but I really hope that you're not taking trucking for granted, because I'm not. And every time situations like stuff like the Kamisha death, or like I did the newspaper thing about the guy killing his trainer, this stuff is real out here. Like, trucking is beast mode. Trucking is nothing to play with. Safety wise, work wise, not having a life wise, like, this trucking thing is serious. Like I said, it can be very rewarding, but it can be very, very dangerous, to where you take it day by day out here. You take it day by day. And for me, I'm religious, so I pray, and I pray every day that I get to walk away from this truck to see my family another given moment. So you guys stay safe, stay out them ditches, watch your surroundings, let's love each other, let's practice the love mode instead of the dangerous, killing, violent, fuck women in trucking, or fat guys in trucking, or eating unhealthy in trucking. Like, let's change the game, man. We can do it. Let's start eating more healthier. Let's start helping each other in a safe manner. Let's start, smiling at each other, saying, how you doing? I hope you have a nice day, drive safe. Like, stuff like that, man. Let's stick together, because the more we can stick together in this trucking thing, the more I feel like things can eventually change. But it's up to us as truckers to make it happen. Now, a lot of people don't want to put the energy nor effort into it. Everybody are individual. Nobody wants to come together as a community and make things happen. But I can guarantee you that if anybody ever decide to come together as a trucking community to make a change, I'll join it. So, all right, y'all, let's, have a lovely day. Time is the essence. Let's make better time of it. Let's love each other, not judge each other, because I never judge y'all. And you know what? I love my supporters all the time, and I even love my haters. So, deuces. Let me go get this shower, because I'm sweating like a damn warthog out this piece. So, deuces.